Ah, okay. On live Facebook, on live with, oh, is it there? LinkedIn and on YouTube. Um, so welcome. Today is Friday. I hope everybody's had a wonderful week. And I've mentioned it before. I like to live as if every day is Friday, but today for most people really is. And so I'd love to hear from you. Chat to me in the comments if you are here live. Or even if you catch this on the replay, what are you looking forward to this weekend? Love to hear what you're working on, what you're doing, whether it's business, personal. I'd still love to hear it. And then, I mean, if you'd love to share some wins with others, then I encourage you to share those too. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, so here's just a little bit about what I've been up to this week. And first of all, let me just share a resource for all of the business owners out there or people working on building a business as entrepreneurs. One of the resources that I've found to be extremely impactful recently has been Prosperous Coach. So as part of the 48 Days Coaching Mastery Program, our kit that we received, a few materials and other resources, but one of the things that we received was the Prosperous Coach by Rich Litvin and why would I forget his name right in a second? Steve. I'm sorry, Steve, if you ever see this, but I don't know where my book is. Anyway, that's terrible. Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you here. Thank you for showing up. Oh my gosh, I'm having a terrible time with names today. We just finished recording a podcast and we had a wonderful interview with Melanie and Jason the other week. And for whatever reason, I couldn't remember her name in the midst of this recording. And, I don't edit my recordings very much. I don't edit the content in the recordings. I edit the front end to cut off any dead airspace so that, from the time our intro closes to the time you hear us talking is not this big long gap. And then if there's any extended time on the end of the episode, I'll cut that out too. But I don't edit the middle of the episode unless it's just something significant. And maybe I should in this case, but either way, the Prosperous Coach, you'll find it anywhere you look. What a wonderful resource. And I've been talking with a few people about how they might consider applying that method. Obviously, it's designed to help coaches practice better business in general and build relationships with their clients and other people. But when you look at the skills that they're teaching in this book, I can't help but think of how you can apply those skills in so many other areas, so many other types of businesses. I have a friend of mine who's a wonderful photographer. We talked a little bit about how she might apply some of those methods in her business and create an environment for people simply by focusing on how you can serve them so powerfully that they'll always be remembering that experience and they're more willing to share with others. So next on my agenda is just talking about some of those. I had some powerful conversations with people this week, applying those methods in my own coaching practice and the way that we're able to dig deep on some really tough topics in some cases to help people uncover things that are keeping them from moving in the direction that they're trying to go. Today's just been a wonderful week filled with some really impactful conversations. So I'm super grateful for that. You might be wondering, my eye looks like it's black. I think it shows up on this video quite a bit. And I wished I had some fun story to tell you, but I do have a little bit of a story to tell you. So not long ago, I presented a challenge to our mastermind group, the mastermind that I'm a part of with Ray Edwards, the $1 Million Message Mastermind. And we've been talking a little bit about using TikTok. Man, I keep talking about all these different platforms on all these different platforms. One of them's bound to ban me. I hope that that's not the case. But we talked about leveraging TikTok as part of your overall strategy, whether it's just to have a place to share your thoughts and ideas or resources, or if you're working on growing your business, maybe your audience, you'd be surprised at how many people really are hanging out on TikTok. There is much more valuable content than just people dancing around half naked. Believe me, there is some wonderful content out there. So their algorithms are interesting in that, one of the best things about it is the content that you engage with is what you're presented with most often. And so think about that. If all of you're seeing is dance videos on TikTok, you might consider going back through your history and working to change that if you want to see some of the valuable content that's out there. Man, so we started this challenge, and the idea was to create TikTok content. Again, regardless of your particular purpose, but to create TikTok content and get people out of their comfort zone and start using it. And then I had this terrible bout with sinuses over the past week, on the back end of a cold that wasn't so bad, but then the sinus pressure and other things that came with it afterwards, just, well, that's where the black eye came from. And this week I have failed to produce content on TikTok. I allowed that to stand in my way of just getting out of my comfort zone and moving into something that overall I think will help make me a better communicator, better speaker maybe, but just being more comfortable on video in general, especially, selfie type video. If you've ever watched my Instagram feed, I'm encouraged regularly by Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for all of your encouragement and support. But she encourages me to do more selfies and more pictures in general. So it's been really good. It's pushed me a little bit outside of what I would have considered the norm before, and in that selfie space that I just had never really practiced with, and just learning so much about how fun it can be to do that and push yourself a little bit, even if it's a slightly uncomfortable. And that I think is how I'm going to close today, is ask you, what is something seemingly small when you think about it in the grand scheme that is keeping you from pursuing something regular, something that's going to make you better, getting outside of your comfort zone. For introverts, maybe it's having a conversation with a stranger. And I'll tell you, I watched a video on, I think he put it on Instagram a few weeks ago, but Ray Edwards gave one tip for introverts to network better. And it was simply to show up at a new place or in a new space and find somebody that you feel like you might be able to start a conversation with and say, "Hey, there you are." Wow, what a intriguing way to start a conversation with the stranger. And I enjoyed it. I've been practicing it kind of for fun for me, because I want to see what responses are elicited as a result. So it's been super fun. It's been a great week. Went into attend a ribbon cutting ceremony here locally for a new animal clinic, and we just had a good time hanging out, talking with the mayor here in the city and a few other people, making new friends, and just looking at ways to contribute to the growth of this community overall. So I hope that you've also had a great week. Again, if you're just catching this, I'd love you to share in the comments something that you're working on or looking forward to this weekend, and maybe something that you're grateful for or a win from this week. Love to hear from you. I hope that I'll see you again next week. And I hope that you'll check out The Prosperous Coach. I'm not an affiliate. If you'd like an affiliate link, you can visit my website at progrowthva.com, and you can search for my bookshop there on my resources page. It's the bookshop.org link, Dan's Books. And, people ask me all the time what business resources or books that I like to read or have enjoyed or find intriguing or thought-provoking. And I've been compiling my list there. I don't think I've added The Prosperous Coach to that list yet, but I will. Anyway, I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy. And remember, you always have choices. You have the ability to choose. You have the ability to choose what you do with your time, what you do with your day, what negativity you choose to engage in or disengage from. So Have a great one.